Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play in their Yandere dating sim found in Style called Crimson Waltz. Let's begin. What's your name? Lion, of course. The deck was filled with dusty boxes, a rocking chair, rusted bird cages, a faded lace wedding gown, on a dress form, very thick books and piles of paper that have seen better days, and a full-length mirror with silver ornate frame, very old, very out of place. Can be seen. I definitely see it. I don't remember Papa buying a mirror. I don't even recall the house seeing a mirror bigger than my face. The wind stairs creak and crack under the weight of my blessing. Blessing. Really, hunger makes me light. We haven't eaten? Have we ever had anyone bring this up the stairs? For its make. I doubt the stairs would ever dream of holding for it. We lived in a rundown village, my father and I, stitching our earned keep like a pair of worn old socks. Papa counts rich men's coins and calls it gratitude. They give him pain, condescension, and half payments. Okay, if they're rich, they need full pay in full. Okay? But gratitude doesn't feed you. I've run out of it. What's a mirror like this doing in a place like mine? Well, it's apparently chilling. In the bedroom. There it stands, taller than me, rimmed in tarnished silver like something rescued from a ransate noble's ruin. It doesn't belong in our house. It's too fine. Too incredibly honest. Well, I think it just made itself at home. The people in this town have never known finer things. Hand-me-downs and gaudy trinkets at best, but never furniture like this fine. I lean closer, my reflection leaned closer too, but a heartbeat too slow. And then she smirks. You look awful. Wait, mirror, how can you talk? My voice laughs at me through the looking glass, dry as paper. Long day, counting our people's coins, dodging the blacksmith's sun. I'm confused. I feel the validation coloring my cheeks. Brahm. Wait, I already talked about the guy, Brahm from Aragon? Could never understand the word no from a girl unless it came from a slap. Even then, probably not. Brahm's skull is thicker than his charm. He's hardly worth dodging. Oh, she speaks. I thought the Count's daughter had gone dull. She studies me like a riddle she's already solved. Her tone isn't unkind, just dangerously familiar. You've been wasting that brain of yours, haven't you, pretending it's virtual to know how to suffer gracefully, how positively weird. I'm gonna say weird. I should be terrified, but instead I laugh. It's a sound I haven't heard for myself in months. Someone with taste and poise, refreshing. I suppose you have a better idea? Perhaps if you could step out of this mud-covered life for one night, would you? The mirror ripples. I like this bedroom, though. Or attic. For a moment, the girl in the glass isn't wearing my ratty woolen anymore. She's radiant lace and ruby silk, red silk, eyes catching the candlelight like glass. The kind of woman poems are written about by pompous men. It's like it's just a writer trying to make a bank. You could be her just for one night. Or stay here, counting coppers, dodging snot-nosed boys, and letting your brilliance rot in the lovely little swamp. Entirely your choice. But if I'm in a swamp, I get to meet Shrek, right? My pulse climbs into my throat. I can't tell if I want to slap her or thank her. I can't, Papa! Is drunk on the table again. Don't lie to yourself. Okay, not in bed. That'll hurt back. She smiles, voice lowering. Admit it, he always wanted out. One night, music, finery, feasting. Maybe a little fiercely. That's what makes it interesting. The glass darkens, rippling like water. And all you need to do is step through. Yeah, I think that's through. What you'll be, Kellen's daughter. You never know until you try. I hesitate, only for a moment. This is the only world I've known. Dull, damp, stupid poverty. What if I found out? What if I don't fit? What if I'm a joke? Or food? What if... what? I know this is a vampire, so I'll be food. Papa's snore ripples through my thoughts, loud and jagged, like a wife gambled cheap. He'll wake soon enough, spend out food money, on meat again. Oh, meat is alcohol, beer. I know it from Skyrim. The four smells of damp wood and candle smoke. I step forward. The world's fold. The cold kisses my skin. All I feel upward, towards the light. You find yourself in the long corridor of a castle void of people. Music, laughter, and conversations drift in from a distance. I take a sharp breath as the cold, sharp edges of the surface flows past my face like water in winter. Which caused me to have an asthma attack. One step forward, wobbly, a sharp sound echoes through the hall. Aspen? And marvel at the girl in red. Look and marvel at the girl in red gown with can't pronounce that, and pearls on her bones, rubies at her throat. Protects a look, staring back at me. Is this me? Caught you. A wicked smile slices through the confused face like a knife and cuts at my expression, my sprints. I see. Now not so used to admiring yourself, are you? A weakness, I love it. Shut up, you wretched thing. I don't. I didn't ask for this. You might be smart, but boy, you aren't honest with yourself. Pity. Well, drink you up. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. But this won't last long. But it could if you play your cards right. Run along, lost girl. The ballroom's waiting. I sneer, trip and catch myself from tripping and falling. I temper down the annoyance from the sharp crackling coming from the looking glass and make my way to the guided door ahead. The first thing I noticed, I think that's that thing, is the light. Not candlelight exactly. Something colder, like a forest caught in a crystal. It makes every face a little too perfect, every smile a little too sharp. I'm staring at a hall that seems to stretch forever. Music swells heavily with strings and yearning. The dancers move in as one organism, a tide of silk and bone. No one stops to ask who I am. They look, they weigh. In those brief glances, I can almost hear the rhythmic flutter of thoughts. Too young, too provincial, too alive. I think you need to be alive though. Instead, ex I exhumerate buffers about me and waste a chance to disbust them in their notions. I spend my life reading letters and people, guessing that they want what they want before they know it themselves. These creatures are the same, only prettier. So like Twilight pretty, like because I know there's vampire. The main lover is supposed to be vampire. You have us caught, you leech. But you love me anyway. Prove it later. Now shut up. Madame Dupree is bragging about her newest lover. I need blackmail material. Are we in, like, what was it, down, the Abbey? I never watched it. The woman read by the pillar hides boredom behind her smile. The man beside her keeps a hand near the hilt of his pride. There's gossiping. The old one with the pears watches me too, like he's just eating pears. Watch me too long. Not hunger exactly, but curiosity, as if I were a misplaced page in their favorite book. I met him in my debut, you know. Darling, your debut was 30 years ago. Exactly. Okay, debut for what? They are pretending to be human, adorable. Oh, so when they got turned? Someone brushes past me, perfume, silk, a whisper of laughter. The smell of flesh wet, iron on her breath. Guess she just drained someone dry. My heart hammers once. For a moment I catch my reflection in the mirrored floor. The girl from the attic, rearranged into elegance. She smiles before I do. And then the air shifts. A silence under the music. The scent of something ancient has me noticing. I don't see him yet. I only feel the tension like a hand poised just above my throat. Is the most exciting thing I ever felt. He doesn't need come often, not since aversion stant. Even stant? Was that the fire? Oh heavens no! The accident! Okay, I need to know what's happening in this. Oh, what happened here? I want to know about the accident. Mind you rephrasing. We don't call it that anymore. Then what do we call it? Silence. The words hang deliberate, and no one meets anyone's eyes. They said she fell. Fell? Or let her. A fan snapped shut, too loud. Enough. I'm only repeating what was whispered. Then stop whispering. A thin man swirls his glass. I catch a scent of iron in the wine. Hey, Wyatt, I think the wine is not wine. I think it's blood. We might want to get out of here. Necks are fragile things, easier to break than mend. No one laughs. The chill moves for them like a shadow. Each tastes the name they dare not speak. They glance at once for a heartbeat too long, and I know better than to ask. The music shifts to slower waltz. The crowd steals expectant. Then when I feel it again, heavier this time, they are bending, the room drawing breath. The air changes again, thicker, colder, and the hairs at the back of my neck rise. Then a voice brushes against my ear, warm as breath on glass. So, do they teach eavesdropping at the little accountant school? I spin around, nearly colliding with a chest of a black velvet in cold air. He's closer than anyone should be. Tall, elegant, and the kind of handsome that hurts to look at too long. His eyes catch the light. I'm gonna say light. Like ground's buried deep in water. He's smiling not kindly. You're quick, for someone who's been holding her breath since she arrived. My mouth opened. My mind has fled. Heart flooded my face. I hate that he can see it. He tilts his head, stunning me, as if I am wine he's about to taste. Well, joke's on us. I think we are the wine. How adorable. The pulse, the blush. So very alive. I'm not supposed to be here. And yet, I'm gonna say yet, here you are. I pause. His smile sharpens, showing fangs. He accepted my invitation. I don't take gifts from strangers. Then the solution's simple. He steps back, just enough to bow, old-fashioned, deliberate. Let's not be strangers. May I have this dance? My mind screams no, but my body already knows the rhythm. He offers no hand, only the pull of his gaze, and somehow it's enough. The floor gleams in dark black water. My shoes guide on their own accord. When his hands finally meet mine, it's cool, steady, like marble warmed by candlelight. Here now, not so frightened after all. He lies. Every turn of the waltz seemed like stepping closer to the edge of something bottomless. I am no fool. And I zero no fool that I am. I being the fool that I am, keep moving forward. And I like it. We move as though we've done this before. His palm at my back, the faint pressure guiding me throughout the rhythm. Each step fits next. Each turn brushes his breath across my throat. He smells the smoke and something sweet, like dark cherries, left to bleed in the sun. You dance beautifully for someone who's claimed she doesn't belong. Maybe I'm a fast learner. Okay, I've never danced. Oh, I believe that. He smiles. A smile cuts through the dim light. Tell me, do you still measure everything in numbers? You're counting the beats, aren't you? Old habits. I'm not counting, I'm just following his lead. Then count this. He turns me sharply, my skirt frail. His hand lingers a breath too long on my waist. The room fades until there's only us and the echo of the violin. You're very sure of yourself. Centuries of practice. His laughter quiet. And you stepped through the mirror without knowing what waited. I think we both. Well, for sure, that I'm kind of a fool. I didn't come here for danger. Well, I think we got danger. No, his gaze lingers at my throat. That's why. Then why is your pulse so eager to meet it? Oh, because I'm dancing with a vampire? I mean, you are a cute vampire. The music stills on a sustained note. He loses me. No, breathless. Oh, the suggestion that he held on any longer, something might break. Retrieves a glass from the passing servant. The wick is dark, thicker than mine, shimmering faintly as it catches the light. It smells like iron. A toast to curiosity. He offers it to me, his expression unreadable. Near command, nor curse. Simply an invitation that could ruin or remake everything. The scent rises, rich and metallic, curled into my thoughts. My hands ache to take it. My reason screams otherwise. Take the glass. She rises to her lips. The taste is warm, hearty. Not quite wine, not quite blood. It's a mixture, probably both. The world tilts softly around her. He holds a glass out. I take it. The rim is cold. The liquid's dark. When I drink, warmth rushes through me like a secret being told. Before I can hand it back, he turns the glass, places the lips where mine had been, and drains the rest, eyes never leaving mine. Now we shall share a toast and promise. Whatever touches one touches the other. Oh, I just want to drink this from the same glass as me. Good noted. The chandeliers flatter into prisms. The whole room seems to sway. For a heartbeat, I see that our reflections multiply in the mirrored four. Dozens of youths twirling, fading, emerging, fading. It catches my hand before I fall. Easy, the mirrors are jealous of you. I was gonna say, I think his hand. He turns towards the far corridor where candlelight shivers against the glass. Walk with me before they steal your face entirely. Okay, what are the mirrors gonna do? I blink and the moment rearranges itself. The glass in his hand is gone, whether we drink or refused. I can't quite tell. The taste of it stays, metallic and sweet, crawling behind my teeth. He doesn't move at first. He simply watches, as though listening to something I can't hear. Then softly, come. The word touches the room like a command. The challengers flicker. The dancers falter mid-step. Each mirror surface trembles until their reflections smear into streaks of light. What's happening? The night glows curious. He offers his arm. Walk with me before it remembers itself. The crowd doesn't stop us. They bore, faces melting into glass and shadows as we pass beyond the ballroom doors. The air smells of rain and on stone. I glance back once. The hall behind us ripples, swallowed by its own reflection. And ahead a corridor stretches like darkness, mirrors slimmering like teeth. Every dance ends in reflection. Little accountant, let's see what yours shows. The music doesn't fade as much as last time behind us. I'm gonna say last time. I couldn't read it. I would think that was a word. Tapers behind us. Every mirror catches a fragment of it. The sound bouncing until I can't tell which direction we came from. He walks ahead, slow enough that I can make him keep him in sight. Ever quiet, close enough to touch. Do you know why we keep mirrors here? Because vampires can't see themselves to my yourselves? To remember, a reflection holds what was, not what is. He turns a corner. His voice drifts like smoke. I thought it was present day. Come, see what you find first. I fall, half laughter, half nerves. The floor gleams like black water. In a glass I could see flashes. Myself in the red gown. Eyes darker than they should be. Him younger, laughing in sunlight that shouldn't exist here. Guess it's a vampire? And once a pair of figures waltzing through the burning hall, their face too bright to see. I call his name, if he gave me one. I can't remember it now. And the echoes answer in 3 voices. Each is a little wrong. I don't think he ever gave us his name. This Vampire King, it says. The corner bends. The reflections stop making me. They begin to move first. This place doesn't reflect. It predicts. A breath behind me, hung wild. Perspective. I press against his chest. His long, pale arms wrap around me. I feel his long nails struck in my hair. His icy breath say in my ears. It tingles. His chest has no heartbeat, and he smells of pomegranates, jasmine, wood. Make me go weak in the knees. I say pomegranate, CP, and granite. Tell me, little dove, do you like games? Don't you? His arms are gone. Cold air rushes in where he had been. When was the last time you felt thrilled, little dove? When did you squeal with delight? A pause, the smile audible. Let me thrill you. He moves closer, too close, and plucks something from me. The small ruby brooch, pinned just above my heart. For an instant his lips brush it there, where my skin should be. The breath of a kiss. Come catch me if you can. I'm the gingerbread man. Sorry, I had to say that. Come catch me if I can. I'm the gingerbread man. It just starts running. He's gone. Like Sonic the Hedgehog. The corner stretches, multiplying. His freshened darts ahead of me, then behind. Then everywhere at once. I could turn back now. I should. Instead, I laugh, sharp and breathless, alive. I run after him, the heels of my shoes striking the marble like bells, the mirrors answering kind. Each ping flickers with moments that shouldn't be mine. One him catching my hand beneath a falling snow. Another me older, eyes too dark. And there us dancing before an audience of shadows. In one affection she, my mirrored self, sticks out her tongue and winks before vanishing into glass. I almost trip, giggling despite the cold. Maybe he's teasing. Maybe this is just a dance for another name. Maybe, just maybe, he's letting me chase him for once. I turn to the next corridor, heart hammering. The laughter stops. A mirror looms floor to ceiling. At the hall's end, the man's gone. In his place stands sharp that shouldn't fit this hall. Dark, sleek, black as midnight oil, eyes burning blue-white. I'm pretty sure his eyes are red. A bargahist? Its outline flickers between beast and shadow. Between him is something older. Okay, I need to find out what that is. Thought I said vampire. Okay, it's a legendary demonic black fur dog from Northern English folklore, often described as a hairbringer of death and misfortune. So basically, like a werewolf. Okay, it's a vampire or werewolf now. Because I'm pretty sure it was a vampire. For heartbeat, I see both. The creature crouched, and within its gaze, the same crimson thread that ran through his smile. Then again, I think, wasn't Dracula allowed to turn into, like, wolves too? Maybe that's what they're going for. No. I take a step closer. The scent hints me. Pomegranate, jasmine, and wood. It's you. Okay, definitely was pomegranate. Probably smell good. That probably smelled good. It tilts its head, studying me with terrible impatience, and when it speaks, the voice is still his, stretched thin, but it grow underneath. I like how we just don't see mirrors. Technically, these are kind of mirrors. You could probably see yourself in the floor. Reach out and touch the mirror. Her reflection waits, palm pressed to the glass. The surface ripples once, cold as moonlight. And with my hand, the reflection mirrors are me exactly. The mirrors is me exactly. He just pops up again. My fingers meet the surface, and for a moment, I swear I feel cold, wet nose brush against them. The grass breeze sweeps into my veins like a promise. For instance, I see him, not the beast, not the man, but the thing that binds them, and I see me. Will we bind them? Now we share sight. What touches one, touches both. The glass reflexes. My reflection leans forward, and I feel lips that are mine, and not mine, whisper against my skin. When I bin, the mirror is empty. Only his voice remains, low and found. Come closer, the maze remembers us. The light dim, the corner yawns, open like a moth. Another mirror, another doorway, deeper into the mystery. I step through the same icy surface, guiding past my skin like the edge of a knife. I take a breath and open my eyes to the sound of something shifting in silk. The mirrors are filled this time, and though shame to watch. A low table stretches before me. It curves too perfect to be by human hands. There are 12 place settings. Each bears a goblet full of something dark and slow. All of them empty of guest. The strangest part is that I remember them. Laughter, conversations, 1,000 memories bleeding into one. I shouldn't. The taste of wine floods my mouth. You mean the blood? The blood wine? I never had wine until tonight. Well, we also had blood in there. You're here, my sweet dove. He stands behind me, voice low, a caress against the base of my neck. Most stay lost in the dreaming longer before they wake up at all. And that's why we're here. Is this a tavern? He moves to my side, elegant, composed. Is it gonna put me on the table and drink my blood? He moves to my side, elegant, composed, and draw the chair out with a old world grace. I sit without thinking. He's already lifted the coarse chair before me. The scen's rich, heavy, mouth-watering. Butter, spice, and something metallic underneath, like perfumes that right on a hot blade. I'm pretty sure that metallic thing is blood. He lifts the lid. A morsel of seared forningularis, glistening like velvet. It's a slice of black bread. Besides it, a few crimson drops I first mistake for wine until I realize they pulse faintly. Blood. My stomach twists, not disgust but desire. It smells divine and wrong. Ms. Brush, he says gently, as if introducing a child to art. The first bite is always the truest. Before reason intervenes. He watches me, eyes warm as gallant glass. I try to speak, to ask what it is, but my throat tightens. He knows. I offer what mortals never get sought of. My sweet dove, comfort, knowledge, eternity. I just want to turn me into a vampire? He gestures, and a second cloth is uncovered. The scent rise. First milk, honey, caramelized fat. Then the sight, a tiny roast suckling piglet, not more than a day out of its mother's womb. Poor pig. Its skin gleams, bronze and brittle, cooked to perfection. The whole mouth is sewed shut with golden thread, as though to keep its secrets inside. To be cruel to it, I feel it was just born. It's a scare, and yet the sight of it sticks something low and wordless in me. My stomach aches with want I don't understand. The air tastes of burnt sugar and salt. The younger the more tender the flesh. Feed on milk and honey, never knowing the sun. Kind of feel bad for the pig. He leans closer, eyes catching the light. It lived sweetly, so he might taste its ending. Pretty sure it's already ended. He carves a silver with impossible grace, lies it on my plate. The skin cracks like it's borrowed sugar beneath his knife. He spears it with a fork and lifts it to my lips. I tell myself not to move, not to take it. But my mouth opens, obeying the hunger and not the thought. The first bite scrawls my tongue with sweetness, then salt, then something darker, like the memory of blood, sing through honey. The sweetest fat melts into my tongue. The fresh comes apart so easily. I swallow, swallow, and swallow. The flavor blooms, impossible, intoxication. It should disgust me, but it doesn't. Across the table he watched, utterly still. Good. Don't lie to your senses, my sweet dove. I think that's what it is. Don't lie to your senses, my sweet dove. Yeah. They were never your enemy. Well, I feel for the pig. It was a bigger knife to me. I lock my eyes with his. Taking the offering to my mouth, he licks his lips. Another bite, another pulse of warmth, the warmth of mother's milk, and the crisp roast crawling down my throat. Each swallow leaves me wider. The edges of the world bore, the chandeliers simmering like stars beneath water. He isn't speaking now, only watching. The white timber of his throat, and I lick a trace of gleam from my lips. The way his knuckles widen where his hands rest on the table. He looks hungry, and the thought sends another shiver of warmth through me. I offer you sanctuary from time, my sweet dove, no hunger, no decay, a place beside me where mirrors will bow to your affection. He tilts his head, the candlelight churning his eyes to bright ruby red. All it costs is a small, beautiful thing you keep calling your soul. My soul? Are you a demon? I should recall. I should scream, but the aroma pins me to my seat. The air's thick with sugar, smoke, and something feral. My pulse drowns the music. This isn't an interrogation, a suggestion, disguised as supper. The cloth on the third plate lifts itself. Delicacy, a sugar... dessert, a sugared rose. It petals glistening as it dripped in blood. Probably is dripped in blood. Knowing he is a vampire. A symbol of everything he promises. Eternal beauty, preserved and dying all at once. The scent breaks me. I reach for it before I realize I have moved. That's it, my sweet dove. Every hunger is an answer waiting to be named. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And perhaps he's right. Perhaps I'll never want. What I ever wanted was to taste something that finally sees me back. The sweetness lingers my throat of my tongue long after the plate is bare. He hasn't eaten a thing, only watched. My sweet love, my sweet dove, do you feel it now? The warmth that refused to fade. This is the world yielding to you. He rises slow and deliberate. He smiles, fangs now glistening, the candlelight. I can make you stay. I could give you every taste, every century, every power I command. And what would you take in return? He smiles kind, aching, terrible. Your soul. Only that you're already giving, a heartbeat, a breath, a drop. Let me embrace you, drink of me, and you will never starve again. The music stills, the air thickens like yearning. He steps closer, hand extended. Accept his embrace. I lean forward, his hands cup my face. Reverent. The world narrows in his eyes, his breath. When his lips brush my throat, the cold rush is almost chill. The candles flare with light. Now my sweet dove forever begins. My heart stutters once, twice. I whimper as I'm pierced and sigh. I belong to him. She drinks and I watch her become mine. That's how I expect the night to end. Her mouth is stained, her pulse unsteady, her breath spilling in soft, dizzy tremor. So fragile, so warm, still warm, my sweet dove. I reach out, thumb brushing the corner of her lips, ritual claiming the marrow of it. It's older than the palace is older than the language. There, it's done. Her eyes met mine. I expect to see devotion, or a dazzled surrender, or at least, very least, something soft, graceful needed. What looks back at me is calculation. She wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, not shy, not trembling, but brisk, like finishing a contract. The contract is sealed. Contract. Why are we talking about a contract? The world should not thrill me like it does. Yes, my sweet dove, you're bound to me now. You're mine. She leans back on her chair as if setting something into a throne and says almost pleasantly, "Good, first order of business, we burn the village to the ground." I think he's like, I have thoughts about this. For a moment, I don't understand the sentence. The candlelight shakes. My goblet trembles my hand. I laugh because, of course, it's a jest. She can't mean it. You're flushed, I tell her warmly. You're overwhelmed. Sit with me. You don't have to. I'm quite well, thank you. We'll start with the village. Her eyes don't soften when she says it. She doesn't plead, doesn't weep, doesn't offer me her suffering in exchange for mercy. She gives me an order. Something tightens below me, sharp as pleasure. I don't follow, I tell her. Though I do purposely. She tilts her chin, and the smile she wears now is elegant, almost bored. It it changes her. She's always been pretty in a stubborn way. Mortals are, thin-wrist, and still little clutched truths that this is different. This is poise. This is role. We're finished with pretending. You made it very clear that I belong to you. His gaze drifts lazily over me, then returns to my face. And you belong to me. There's a flicker in my chest. No heartbeat, not anymore, but something older that remembers the shape of one. She's right, I haven't admitted, even to myself, not fully, not in words, but she says it like she's staying the temperature of the room. I'm yours, and you're mine, she goes on, voice light, almost indifferent. Good. Now, are you going to sit there with your jaw ajar, or do you have an empire to build? Empire. I have been offered loyalty before. Worships, bodies, names, bloodlines, begging, and screams for mercy. Entire provinces turned to altars. No one has ever looked at me and said empire, as it was obvious. Obvious. You misunderstand what you are, my dove. I try softly. You're still new to the dark. You're unsteadily. If you rest, we can. No. The word isn't loud, but it cuts through the hall like blade being drawn. Okay, well, I don't think we're in the hall anymore. Kales bends toward her. The veiled mirrors hum with the sound of a room makes before it kneels. I'm not unsteady, she says. I'm focused, finally. Her gaze slides toward the naked mirrors, then past them, past the walls, past the playhouse. I don't think she was looking at the table anymore. I think she's looking at the map of the world. It's the map of the world, the bear. I see it. I can see how easily it breaks. Her voice barely changes. The worst part, her combos terrifies her. You send word, your kind moves faster than rumor. You ride ahead of it, and before sunrise, before any of them have finished their prayers, the wake choking on smoke. The taste of her words lights something bright and cold along my spine. Who? I ask very calmly, is they? She looks at me like I've said something adorably naive. Them, all of them. Wait. She lists them. The man in the square who leans and jeers when I walk by. The woman who called me wicked because their husbands looked too long. The blacksmith's yelp, who thought his hand was some kind of gift. You mean the Brahm guy? The one who told Papa his work was blessing when they paid him in scraps and insults. The priest who said hunger was a test from God. Okay, that priest is a piece of crap. All of them, and every single one exactly like them. I thought we were in a different universe. Her lips curl, not in rage. Rage would be easier to manage. Rage, hot, reactive, easy to aim. This smile is thin and practice. Admiration. Practice. And Papa, I asked her softly. Her mouth tightens to a line. For a moment, just one, there's something that looks like sorrow in her throat. Then it's done. My father's already long gone, long dead, she says. Just hasn't had the tendency to stop breathing yet. This is a kindness to him, trust me. Well, you could, still spare him. I inhale sharply. Okay, then it's done. She leans forward again. Her eyes shift from hazel to red, glaring like granite. They watch the first volley before sunrise, she says. You handle the frames, I'll handle the accounting. There's a pause. I realize very suddenly that she's serious. I also realize I'm afraid of her. Well, you probably should be. It's not the old fear, that moral fear I remember from very far away, back when I still had a heartbeat and a soul. I was sentimental about. It isn't fear of energy. It's a fear of scale. It's the cold horror of seeing something vast where there should be a girl. Something inhuman and bright that's taken a sea in her skin and stretched out cat-like. I think we're a cat. I think we're a vampire. Or a vampire cat. This isn't why I offered you eternity, I said quietly. She laughs. Oh, saints, she laughs. He's like, just fanboying about the laugh. He offered me he offered me power and the end of hunger, she says, and I accepted, very politely, because I'm not a fool. His gaze flickers to my mouth, and I feel the flicker, an old instinct I never tried to bury. Do you regret it, consult? She asks, all innocent. Do I? I should. I should regret this. I should regret getting close. I should regret letting her drink what was mine to give. I should regret telling her she could sit at my side as more than a guest. Instead, something else rising in me, helpless and unmistakable. Wonder. Hunger, yes, always hunger, but branded through with wonder, so sharp it feels like H. I haven't felt like this in a long time. Why are you? I whisper. She smiles. Everything you want, she says, only not in a way, in the order you expected. My throat tightens. Well, I think the Yandere vampire got his comeuppance. Understand in the moment why I never actually done. I did not take a consult. I did not make a companion to ease the long cold nights and falter my loneliness. I crowned the sovereign. I crowned your queen. I placed own throat in her palm. I placed the own throat on her palm and called it romance. I have never loved in passing, in delicacy, in a way mortals love, meaning possessive, meaning decorate, meaning keep. This is not that. This is Delvation sharpened into a weapon and handed back to me point first. And he's like, I regret this. She rises. She does not ask for me to follow her. Of course I follow her. When she walks past the mirrors, they shudder, and for a breath, just a breath, I see what their surfaces worship. Not our affection, but ours. We are standing shoulder to shoulder in halls I do not recognize, in cities whose architecture has not been built, in courts that do not exist. I see altars, and they are ours. I see banners, and they are ours. I will say, I see fear in its worship. In every version, she's at my side. In every version, I am half a step behind. I'm shaking. She knows. Do try to compose yourself, she mumbles. The faintest hint of amusement graced her mouth. We can't have an empire if its prince keeps staring. I thought he was a king. She just demotes him. She demotes me fondly. I almost sigh, almost laugh, almost. Instead, I bow my head to her without thinking. Instinct pure and immediate. Old instincts, older than pride, older than the throne I inherited. The body always blank, the mind will admit. Tell me, how quickly can you riders reach the nearest town? We don't ride. She gives me a look that says she's fully prepared to tolerate my charming eccentrics as long as I do not slow her campaign of taking over the world. Then how quickly can you make them fear me? There that this is the moment my last foolish illusions die. Not fear, not fear. For you, anything, my queen. I'll make them fear you before dawn. She smiles, her smile returns, small and almost tender, like she rolls the taste of what I just said in her mouth. Good. She steps close enough for the candlelight to catch the red at the corner of her mouth. She reaches up, and with her thumb, she wipes the phantom trace of my blood from my throat. A small gesture that I used on the 1,000 hours across thousands of evenings. To feel it done to me is dazzling. We'll start with the village, then the province, then the rest. Her hands linger on my cheek, caressing, trailing her fingers down. I shudder at the touch and keep knees weakening as she cracks my throat. Her voice drops to something low enough that only I could ever hear it. After all, why should we starve on crumbs we can take at the table? I close my eyes. I should be afraid. I am. I am much more than afraid. I'm hers. This isn't salvation. This is not mercy. This is conquest, dress, and decoration. This is perfect. Ending one. And that was Crimson Waltz. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and helping a lot. It'll help a lot, and comment down below. See you guys next time.